Hello and welcome to the Rugby Development Coach YouTube. In this video, I'm going to be talking about supplements. And I want to give you a base overview of what supplements you can use to help perform your performance without going in, spending all of your money on supplements, because most supplements aren't going to do a whole lot. So you have to be really specific on the quality, and you need to be specific on what you're going to get and what do you expect out of it, right? Because most of the time you'll take a supplement, you don't even know if it's working. Anyway, I wanted to show up parents, if you got kids being like, oh, I want to jump on this protein powder, yada, 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 all right, what to look for and what to go for. So, and also if you're just a rugby player, like I want to make it cheap and easy for you. So first thing with supplements, you cannot out-supplement a bad diet, okay? So you need to look at what are you eating, okay? That is the most important first step, is to look at what you're eating. Are you eating enough protein? Are you eating enough red meat? Because if you are eating enough red meat and protein, then that is going to cover these two first most important supplements that you can take. Okay, so creatine, protein, caffeine, electrolytes. They're the four I'm going to be talking about. So creatine is the most studied supplement there is, okay? There is so many studies out there on creatine and its effects on performance. And it's an awesome supplement. You only need about 5 grams a day, and what you want to do is like split that out through a day. Creatine monohydrate is usually a more preferred format where it's pretty absorbable. Try and space it out through the day, so don't take 5 grams in one hit. You take 1 gram or 2.5 grams in the morning, 2.5 grams before you train, something like that, or 2.5 grams in the morning, 2.5 grams in the arvo. If you're eating a lot of red meat, you probably only need to do that on training days. If you're not eating a lot of red meat, you could probably do that every day. Okay, and look, it's not a bad supplement where if you take too much, something's gonna happen, okay? So like, it's really safe and it is very effective. And the reason it's effective is because about getting stronger and about putting on muscle is we need to be getting close to failure in training. So if our bodies, when our bodies fail, is when we perceive the effort to be too high. Creatine can actually help us get a few more reps out, okay? And us getting a few more reps out on whatever lift it may be means that we are actually activating more muscle fibers, okay? If we are stronger in the gym, we are activating more muscle fibers, and that is the whole point of creatine. But like I said, you don't need it, but it is a pretty cheap one, okay? It is a pretty cheap one. As long as you're eating red meat, you don't need it. Same as protein, right? My number one thing for protein is having steak. It is a complete amino acid profile, which means you're getting all the different amino acids. So protein breaks down to amino acids in your bloodstream, okay, which then have all their different little roles. So with protein, there's this whole myth like you have to have protein straight after you work out. That is just a myth. Okay, there is no real basis that you have this anabolic window that you need to get protein in, all right? But you might want to try and eat 2 hours after working out, okay? And if you can't, that's when a protein shake might be useful. Or if you're someone who's really busy, always on the go, say you got school, say you got uni, then maybe a protein shake might be easy to have right before you go to gym, so you just have some extra energy in there, okay? But steak is your number one. Get biltong. All right, get biltong, have some steak. Like that is the best place to get your protein. And if you're hitting your 2.2 grams per kilo body weight per day, you really don't need a protein powder. Okay, like it's really just a waste of money then. Now, which protein powders should you buy? If you go to a supplement store, they are full of them. And most of the ones you get in supplement stores, I haven't seen many good ones in supplement stores where they just put so many fillers in it that you don't need. And then that's what's going to cause your stomach distress that you get when people, they get those dirty protein farts. It's like their colon is just backed up and just hating them. Like it's just fermenting in their colon and they can't get rid of it. Okay, that's usually like, and they get those like smelly egg farts, right? That's their colon not working properly, right? So that will come from all those like other ingredients they put in whey proteins and pea proteins and things. So you want to try and get a really clean one, okay? So like I don't endorse any brands, like, and I don't want to endorse any brands either. But like for myself, I get a brand called Professional Whey. So I've got no endorsement of them. This is the one I use because it's just got nothing else in it. It's just protein. And that's what you want. You essentially want the cleanest protein you can get without the fillers. All right. And if you're an athlete, then you'll probably need to get one that has been tested, right? And it's just been tested to make sure there's nothing else in it. So whey protein is probably my go-to. It's most complete amino acid profile. It's got the most leucine, okay? And the leucine is what's going to activate your mTOR pathway, and that's going to help with growth hormone, which is a growth hormone. And that is what's going to help you recover after a workout. It's going to help with your muscle growth. Okay, and then you got your pea protein. I think it's PEA. I used to use pea protein ages ago. It doesn't have the same amount of leucine, but if you struggle with milk or milk products, then whey is not going to be for you. And if you struggle with that, don't have whey, aim for steak. But if you need to go to like a pea protein, I don't really recommend any other vegetable ones where they get it from that. But pea is also quite kind of high in heavy metals, and so I try and stick away from pea as well. Like I just put it there as an option. Okay, a lot of them are cheap. They are cheap to make, and they just make a lot of money off them. And yeah, like it's full of heavy metals, which is long term not good. And that's why I say try and get your protein from your diet. But if you want a protein shake, like yeah, go for whey if you can. As long as you feel like you need it, you can digest it, then that's great. You don't need a slow releasing one. That is just marketing. It's really not going to do anything for you. Like a lot of people will take a slow releasing one overnight, and yeah, it's not doing anything for you, really. Overnight, you actually want to be sleeping. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. We're going to caffeine. Caffeine is probably the next biggest, okay? Caffeine is so well studied. And we know once again, all right, it's going to help us motivate us. It's going to help us be stronger in the gym, okay? So now, caffeine is a difficult one too because like for kids, they don't generally need it, but it could really help stimulate their performance, right? It makes you more alert, it makes you more aware, it makes you stronger, all these different things. Now, timing can be an issue for some people. So like, you need to know when you're going to go to bed because it'll take about 8 hours for that to get out of your system. Okay, so like if you have it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's not getting out of your system until 10 p.m. Okay, and sleep is going to be, something that's going to help you the most. So you need to realize, can you sleep on caffeine and how well do you actually sleep on caffeine? Okay, so caffeine can be a really good one. Like I just have 2 coffees before. I have really strong coffees before I go to the gym. And yeah, that's my caffeine. I could actually go higher in the dosage if I really just wanted to go, I can get caffeine pills, but I'm not that concerned about it. But caffeine is the most studied one and has the most benefits too. Like coffee has so many different benefits for your body. Yeah, so if you want to go that route, caffeine is an awesome supplement. You just need to be wary of when you're going to go to bed. Okay, then we have electrolytes. This is probably my biggest one. So if you're going to spend money anywhere, okay, it's electrolytes. That's like these 2 you should get from your diet, okay? And I would go electrolytes and then I would go for creatine. Okay, so they're my number 1 and 2 where I would actually spend my money. Okay, because electrolytes, most people are dehydrated. And even being a little bit dehydrated, okay, and people think, I just got to drink water. No, if you just drink plain water, all right, you're actually dehydrating yourself. If you're going and peeing every hour or every 2 hours, you're probably dehydrated because you're just drinking water with no electrolytes in it. Okay, and being hydrated is all about having a 50-50 balance of having electrolytes with your water. Okay, and it's your electrolytes that is going to help your body actually talk to itself, okay? It's going to help you be able to switch on all of those muscle fibers to help make you stronger. Okay, so the electrolytes are actually one of the most important supplements you can have. And if you don't want the brain fog and if you want to feel good, electrolytes. Okay, that's one of the best things. Like most people are magnesium deficient. Okay, so you want to get an electrolyte which has magnesium, potassium, and sodium. Okay, how much sodium? It depends on how sweaty you are. If you're a really sweaty person, you're doing a lot of sweaty activities, have more sodium. Okay, but also look for an electrolyte that has a high amount of potassium, because most people don't get enough potassium in their diet. They'll be like, oh, yeah, just eat more bananas. Well, a steak has more potassium than a banana. I was just thinking about that in my head, like how much more. I can't actually remember the difference, but yeah, most people do not get enough potassium in their diet, especially athletes. Okay, athletes need more potassium than the normal population. That's going to help out your heart health, but it's just going to help out you activating your actual muscles. Okay, and that is one of the keys for electrolytes, is how can we actually activate our muscles? Same as magnesium. Magnesium has so many different roles in the body, and when I say so many, I think the last time I checked, it was over 360 different roles it has to play. And so magnesium is a really important one for you to actually have. So this is where I'd spend my money first. If I'm working out, I'm going to get a good electrolytes. And I'm not talking about Powerades. I'm talking about getting your own electrolytes powder. You'll probably have to buy it online. If you look it up, that's where I'd spend my money first. Okay, then I'd get a creatine if I wasn't getting enough red meat in. Okay, if not, then yeah, I'd go electrolytes and then I'd go creatine. And now I'm going to add one more. Okay, I'm going to put it under caffeine. And this is one I was going to leave out, but I thought, you know what, like this is probably my favorite supplement, and it's because it helps with sleep. It helps with actually balancing out your electrolytes, and it helps with so many other things. It helps with strength. It helps with keeping you calm, and that is, I hope I spell this right, Taurine. I think I spelled that right. It's taurine. And that is my favorite supplement to get people on, because one, it's fairly cheap. You can buy taurine very cheap. But another thing it does is actually is going to help your sleep in the long term, because it can actually help rebuild the myelin sheath, okay, which is going to actually help out your sleep. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to help balance your electrolytes, these. Okay, it's going to help balance out your electrolytes, which is really important, because if you have too much of one of them, all right, it doesn't work as well, right? But if you have taurine, it helps balance it out for you. Okay, but taurine also helps you stay calm and in the moment, all right? One of the really cool things about taurine, and most people know it because it's in Red Bull, and it got a bad name because it was in Red Bull, but what it was doing is, because you had so much caffeine in the Red Bull, the taurine was actually helping you stay calm and feel well balanced with that, okay? And that's one of the really cool things about taurine. So if I was going to spend my money on electrolytes, creatine, taurine, I wouldn't even go for the protein, okay? Because protein you really should get from your diet, okay? If you're really busy though, then go to protein. So I hope you get a lot out of this video. Like, there is so much to supplements, and let me just tell you firsthand that supplements aren't going to get you anywhere near the results that the marketing companies show you. Like creatine will show you, you're going to put on all this muscle of creatine, you're going to get bigger. That's a load of rubbish. You only gain size as your body can activate new muscle fibers, okay? And as you get stronger, all right, creatine isn't going to do that. Like, creatine will help you get there, but not that much. Okay, same as protein powders. Like, the protein powders aren't going to make you jacked. The only reason a protein powder would make you jacked is if it had some sort of anabolics in it, and if you got tested, then, you know, that would be an issue. And you don't know what those anabolics are going to do to you in your liver. The caffeine, yeah, you could spend some money on caffeine, but if you really want caffeine, have a coffee, have 2 coffees. If you want to go really high, you need to go up to like 300 milligrams. And then, yeah, definitely electrolytes. And if you wanted to single out one of them, magnesium. Okay, magnesium taurate, which is magnesium bound to taurine, and that would actually help you sleep, and that would help you stay calm, and then that'll help you activate your muscle fibers. Okay, so those two are, magnesium. If you wanted something else, okay, magnesium taurine or magnesium glycinate is something I would look for. But other than that, yeah, get your diet right first. Honestly, get your diet right. Look at how much protein you're eating. Look how much red meat you're eating, and then go from there. All right, if you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, what else? look at our programs. So rugbydevelopmentcoach.com, we've got all our different programs. We have our new app. You can download it. We have free programs up there. You can build your own programs and you can verse your mates. Check it out.